Bitcoin, crypto, the crypto market. For those of you that have been following me for quite some time now, know that I have had a certain passion for the market, a certain passion for what we know could be possibly one of the biggest financial sectors in the history of the world. Something that could truly benefactor everyone and anyone that gets themselves involved with it. However, there's something that it's not talked about a lot, something that should be talked about, but a lot of influencers, a lot of people on YouTube neglect the fact of what it really means to be in this market, what it really means to invest in cryptocurrency as a whole. I'm here to talk about the real, raw and uncut, the good, the bad, and the extremely ugly truth and reality about crypto and the risks that come with investing in crypto. Now, this video is going to be a little different today. If you're sitting here watching this again, if you are one of the ones who've been following me for a long time, know my position on crypto, my position on the industry as a whole, and you've seen the countless currencies that I wouldn't say countless, but you've seen the few currencies that I've covered on this channel in the past year or so. But now I want to do something different. I really want to take you down the rabbit hole one time and really break down why crypto is not all glitz and glamour, why crypto isn't something that's just gonna make you wealthy and rich overnight, something that potentially might not make you wealthy or rich at all. So with all that being said, I'm gonna get right down into it. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit a like if you agree with anything I'm about to say in this video. And it's gonna be a lot of people aren't gonna like what I'm about to say, and that's okay, because I really want to break down those three things: the good, the bad, and the extremely nasty work that comes with being in this space. So with all that being said, if you are still tuned in, locked in with us, please stick around for this whole video. So I've come to the realization of some things. There's a lot of stigma going around that the market is somewhat devious. It has its bad entities. It has some players in it that want to do nothing but harm rather than good to the people that invest in certain companies, in certain crypto assets. And one thing I want to talk about starting off, I just want to go back, I just want to get down to the real nasty. Let's just cut it short and get down to the real nasty about the cryptocurrency space. There are a lot of scams, schemes, pyramid aspects that is involved with the cryptocurrency market. If you have not been in it as long as I have, especially if you're a new investor, please pay attention to what I'm about to say, because this is going to determine whether you are one of the ones that potentially make a lot of money, or you're the one that's going to be left holding the bag. And that's just getting into the nasty of it. And let's just be honest, there's going to be a lot of people. There's going to be some people that are left holding the bag. That's just the way it works. And I'm one to be honest with. Some people are going to be left holding the bag. Some people are not going to make the promise of the life-changing wealth and the financial freedom that a lot of influencers talk about. Hell, even myself in past videos have talked about making it look all glittery and glamoury, but the reality of it is it's not. I don't know if you have gone back in your research like I have, but you've had plenty of people dating all the way back to around the 2008 recession. I don't know if a lot of you remember the recession of 2008, where markets crashed, things were just crazy. But around that time was one of those bull markets around that time in crypto, where people decided to take advantage of the opportunity to make money off a lot of people who were desperate. Can't remember the company exactly that the guy created, but he was a guy that pretty much created an exchange, I believe. I forget what the exchange was called, but he ultimately ended up ripping a lot of people off. He created this exchange along with a native token, I believe. I'll be leaving clips here, and I'll be showing different clips of that if I can find them, if I can go back and find them again. But if you've heard about him, you know what I'm talking about. And he basically created a company that seemed like it was legit, seemed like it was really going somewhere, but in the end, he ran off with a lot of people's money. You also know about the crypto king, this young man from Canada, 24-year-old man, and he decided to pretty much deceive a lot of people, and have them invest in crypto or whatever he had going on for his own financial gain in the end, and end up getting the worst of the consequences behind it. And then another one, a lady that I do remember quite specifically because I was able to research and find her, but she created OneCoin. OneCoin was a cryptocurrency that was supposed to be the Bitcoin killer. She had people all hyped up about it. Marketing was there, the influence was there, everything was there, right? Everything that you could possibly imagine was there, and she made a wildly large amount of money doing it. And then eventually she ran off with the bag and left everybody behind her in the dust. And then you have influencers, you have projects that use influencers, and let's not forget the NFT boom. Around 2020, pre-COVID era, with the NFTs and influencers getting involved, and people really pumping projects. You had that guy Logan Paul creating an NFT called Crypto Zoo, which ultimately flopped, and that ultimately was debunked and turned out to be a total scam within itself, and it just went nowhere. I mean, it cost a lot of people their livelihoods. A lot of people lost a lot of money. See, this is the nasty that I'm talking about. This is the nasty that's involved in crypto. This is the nasty that's involved in the space as a whole, that, let's just be quite frankly honest, goes on in a lot of financial sectors besides crypto. But that's a tie-in for the end of the video. But I said all that to say this: there's a lot of things that need to be talked about. There's a lot of things that need to be recognized, because again, crypto, Bitcoin, it's not this savior. In my opinion, I look at it as a great thing to invest in, a great commodity, if you will, like gold, like silver. It all holds value. But at the end of the day, you have to spend dollars to buy these assets. Now, Bitcoin doesn't look anywhere near like it did back when it was first conceived. Bitcoin was supposed to be a hedge against inflation and ultimately replace the US dollar, the yen, peso, euro, and whatever monetary system that's out there in the world, right? However, Bitcoin turned into something else, in my opinion. Bitcoin truly turned into a commodity that reminds me of gold, that reminds me of silver, something that can be invested in, not necessarily used as currency to buy product. If you sit back and think about it, that's just like saying gold can be transferred, physical gold can be transferred at your local grocery store, at your local Walmart, Kmart, gas station. Like, if that was the case, then gold could be used the same way to pass off as a monetary transaction. But Bitcoin ain't that. That's one stigma I want to erase from the use case of Bitcoin overall, because Bitcoin set out with 21 million in circulating supply. Now, Bitcoin, again, is deflationary by nature, which means there's only so many that will be ever in existence in the world. Bitcoin is also a technology, it's also a software, just like Ethereum, just like every other cryptocurrency asset out there. Now, however, they are different, but the concept is still the same. We have to spend US dollar in order to invest in these projects, these companies that have these projects, these companies that have native tokens behind their project. We have to invest in it. I was watching a video here recently about a man basically saying that, if you look at the overall concept of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, it's all a Ponzi scheme. And one could argue the fact that it has been used as a Ponzi scheme. And it has. Bitcoin, crypto, Ethereum, it's all the same. It has all been used as some sort of a Ponzi scheme at some point in time. But I also want to bring up this fact. If we go away from cryptocurrency, if we go away from all that and just look at the stock market. Now, I'm not a big I don't know a lot about the stock market. I don't know a lot about stocks, but I do know that crypto and the stock market aren't too different. They have differences. They have but I believe their similarities outweigh the differences in the two, right? I heard this guy say on his video, well, people that invest in Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever are promised some substantial amount of money, some glorious return on investment, but it only benefits the early investors, right? That means the people at the top. So let's look at the pyramid. Let's look at the pyramid conversation for just a moment. If a pyramid scheme truly benefits the people at the top of the pyramid, then this is going to open a lot of people's eyes to the concept of the true pyramid scheme we may face in a lot of different markets, not just crypto, and in other financial institutions, entities, other financial markets as well. But let's just start at the fact of a pyramid scheme. We all know that the person at the very top makes all the money, and maybe some people under the person that's at the very top makes a little bit of money, but everybody at the bottom gets caught holding the bag, so to speak, in some fashion at some point. So let's say, just generally speaking, let's get on the stock market. Let's just say I bought Apple back in the 1900s. I bought Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, and I was one of the early investors that caught these stocks at extremely low prices than what they are today. And let's say I was one person that bought $1,000 in exchange for 10,000 shares, just to say 10,000 shares of Microsoft. Well, I was an early investor. I bought those shares of Microsoft, and then as the years went on, because I long-term hodled, whatever you want to say, I long-term held that position to where I saw a return of, and these are all just numbers I'm throwing out, y'all. This is nothing of fact. I'm just giving scenarios. But let's say I accumulated $1.5 to $2 million on that purchase of Microsoft stock that I had made, right? And let's say I sold it. And let's say 10,000 other people just like me got in early. They sold that Microsoft stock for $1.5 to $2 million. Well, that money has to come from somewhere, right? That money just didn't come from the company itself. Oh no, it came from the investors. It came from the early investing prowess of people dumping money into that stock in order to raise the price, because obviously we have some supply and demand going on, right? As supply shrinks, demand grows, and as demand grows, prices skyrocket, thus creating liquidity. All the investors that invested in the project, or company, in a sense, created the liquidity for that stock, right? So again, let's say I decided to sell, me and every other person like me that just so happened saw $1.5 to $2 million in their stock portfolio behind Microsoft, decided to sell. Well, guess what? Where do you think that money came from? It came from the liquidity of not only myself and the other investors, but also people that came in late. So what do you think is gonna happen to those people that came in late if I decided to sell, and myself and other people that saw this vast amounts of wealth in their portfolios decided to sell? Well, it's gonna suck the liquidity out of the stock, right? And in turn, the people that came in under me or came in under us are gonna get caught holding the bag. The same person that bought the exact amount of stock for a higher price than I did buying it earlier are gonna get caught holding the bag. Let me get more specific. Let's say that same person bought $1,000 worth of shares in Microsoft at a later date. After Microsoft decided to go up and up and up, they got in late, but they're investing now. Well, somebody like me that's already at the top or bought in early is going to ultimately crush or wreck, so to speak, that person that bought that stock later on in the game. And now they quickly see their $1,000 investment go all the way down to 100. So $1,000 to 100, but they are still left holding the exact same stock they bought into, maybe not as much, at a higher price, but let's just take the value, the amount of stock they bought out of it. The fact is, their $1,000 quickly turned into 100 because a person like me decided, okay, I've been in this long enough, it's time for me to sell and get out of the market. Therefore, I sucked the liquidity out of the stock, leaving that person that invested late holding the bag. Now, when I watched this video of this guy making the video about cryptocurrency and how it was a Ponzi scheme and things like that, it's all gonna kind of wrap itself, it's gonna come in full circle. And when you think about it, that's just how markets work. And if you want to call the market a pyramid scheme, go ahead. There are true pyramid schemes, and hell, maybe everything is a pyramid scheme when you get right down to it. But crypto ultimately is no different than traditional finance markets investing in traditional finance hedge funds, shares, what have you. The only difference is cryptocurrency is new. Bitcoin is new. Bitcoin's only been around a little over a decade. It's unregulated for the most part, and it's definitely the wild, wild west. It's definitely the wild, wild west. So yes, there's a lot of scams, schemes, turmoil, and problems with the cryptocurrency market. It's up to you. Again, doing due diligence is not just a phrase. It's not just what do you want to call it? It's not just a trigger word or a word of flashiness. Due diligence is real. You have to do due diligence when it comes to the cryptocurrency market, and you have to do due diligence when it comes to the stock market. Now, I've watched many videos where people have bashed crypto, bashed Bitcoin, and said, oh, well, it was supposed to be a monetary system. It was created to be decentralized and peer-to-peer, and people were supposed to just be able to spend it as money. But the reality of it is, Bitcoin isn't necessarily like the dollar that can be spent at your local grocery store, Walmart, whatever, Costco, whatever. Because at the end of the day, if these entities, these stores, these people want to create a service to where you can buy their product in Bitcoin, then fine. That's no different than a company saying, okay, we'll take payments in gold. And they have it set up to where you can swipe your phone or whatever and pay in your gold stocks, your gold earnings. But guess what? You had to spend the dollar to buy that gold. The United States hasn't had a gold standard since like the 1930s, if I'm not mistaken. The gold standard went away like in the 1930s. Hell, if you want to get down to the nitty gritty, money hasn't been valued. The US dollar isn't valued by thus the Federal Reserve banking system, the Federal Reserve note. Now I know I'm getting a little deep. I'm going down the rabbit hole. But I'm making this video to broaden your perspective on what it truly means to be in these markets. Because when it comes right down to it, there's always going to be fraud in every financial sector. There's going to be fraud in stock. There's market manipulation. These big Fortune 500 companies, these big investment firms, these entities, BlackRock, Vanguard, Fidelity, what's another one? VanEck, and so on and so forth. There are always going to be players in these markets. These big investment firms are always going to be players in the market. There's going to be some type of market manipulation. Now, we got the SEC to supposedly guard us from all this so-called market manipulation, but I mean, hell, let's just be honest. Some things have been looked over more often than others. So when I watch videos about cryptocurrency just being a straight out flat scam, I can't help but to say, yes, crypto can be used as a flat out and outright scam. But so does the traditional financial industry that we have been living in for the last half a century to a century. There's always been fraud. There's always been market manipulation. There's always been somebody trying to beat the system. There's always been somebody trying to make a quick money grab. That's why only so many people are successful. Only so few people can be successful in these markets. And it all starts with conviction and understanding of these markets. And again, crypto is no different. It's young, but it's no different than any other financial entity that's been created throughout our history, right? And I don't want to sit here and, like I said again, say that cryptocurrency is the answer to everything. Crypto is going to be the answer to our monetary problems, the monetary system. It's going to be something where everybody experiences this vast utopia of wealth and understanding of money, and it's just going to be something that just frees us all. No. And I condemn any YouTuber or any influencer that makes their audience think that. It's simply not true. When it comes down to it, you can make money in crypto just like people made money in stocks, bonds, ETFs. But you also have to understand, I don't give a damn what it is. People have to start somewhere. And all these things have to be started with money being pumped into it. The dollar, right? Money has to be pumped into these things to give it value. Supply and demand. That's the whole infrastructure of our monetary systems. Cryptocurrency is just new. Cryptocurrency is just something that's new. And it's coming through as by way of Web3, blockchain technology, and things of that nature. Blockchain, Web3, crypto is not perfect, just like any other financial entity we have today. So no, I'm gonna be the first one to sit here and tell you it's not the answer to our monetary problems. It's just another way, a new and fresh way, if you know how to do the game. if you know how to play the game early enough to make you money. And guess what? Yes, people are gonna be caught holding the bag. Again, I know a lot of people are not gonna like what I'm saying, but I mean, it's the truth. A lot of people are gonna be caught holding the bag. Don't listen to influencers telling you that crypto is gonna be just this new wave of unimaginable financial freedom and wealth, because it's false. The reality of it is, the people that got in early enough, as crypto grows throughout the decades, because crypto ain't going nowhere. I don't give a damn how many times you call it a scam, sham, pyramid scheme, Bitcoin is this and that. I don't care how many people rant and rave about how it's just not it's not gonna work or not. No, it is. But after a while, once regulation is started, once the scam factors are limited, because they're not gonna always be scam factors are gonna be there. Those aren't going anywhere either. There's always gonna be some new scam within, whether it's crypto or NFTs, and NFTs is just a totally different conversation, because people want to call NFTs a scam too. I mean, yeah, you had influencers manipulating the market for their NFT projects, or they had people boost them, and you had insider people talking about, oh hey, I'm finna get ready to put this out, hey, I want you to endorse it, go on live TV, celebrities, go on live TV, talk about it, so it can pump, and I can sell it for fucking $5.9 million in some sort of auction. That happened. We all know it happened. Just like the Mona Lisa, anything painted by Leonardo da Vinci, or anything, any type of physical art that has been created throughout the freaking history of our world, can also be sold on a similar auction for ridiculously large amounts of money. Because at the end of the day, shit like that is only as valuable as the people make it. If I had enough money to afford the Mona Lisa, I wouldn't buy it. Wanna know why I wouldn't buy the Mona Lisa? It's because it's just a fucking painting. It's just a painting painted by somebody that, hell, rose to fame. It's historic. It's something historic. Do y'all remember the guy that I think the largest NFT purchase made in history was like $69 million, and all his ass did was just put a whole bunch of different pictures together that he had did over a course of, I don't know, several days, like a long time, and he just decided, oh, I'm just gonna put this shit together and sell it and auction it off. Well, somebody put value in it, somebody bought it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it was somebody that he was in cahoots with in order to boost the relevance of NFTs in the first place. But hell, if you ask me, that's called marketing. It's not against the law. I mean, it was a marketing scheme, but it was still marketing nonetheless. These two individuals or individuals or individuees or whatever you want to call it did something to pump the value of one NFT, and then in turn explode all the other NFT projects around it that came into existence. Now again, don't get me wrong, you got players like Logan Paul and everybody else that decided to create an NFT and just freaking scammed everybody. That happened. But the man that created that little I ain't gonna call it bull crap, hell, he's a millionaire behind it, but it made him money, so I can't get mad. But he didn't scam anybody to get that 69 mil, right? He made that $69 million flat out right. Fairness, people like Logan Paul, and they ought to be condemned. Yes, they treated it like a get-rich-quick scheme for themselves, not even to the people. They just sold bullcrap pictures that literally had no value, because the person behind it didn't mean for it to have value anyway. But my point is, we give these things value. Going back to the pictures like the Mona Lisa and every other historical or famous painting that's ever been painted, at the end of the day, it was painted with shit that costs today a few dollars to use to paint with. The brush, the paint, the little glass that come in, the little easel, fucking $5 easel or whatever to sit there and paint on, 50 cents to $1. But anyway, yeah, so again, we give these things value. We give them value, right? Just like crypto, just like Bitcoin, just like Ethereum, just like whatever. We want to invest in these things. Now, these things do have use case. Bitcoin does have a value. It's a commodity. It's like digital gold. In my opinion, calling Bitcoin a worthless thing to invest in is just a pyramid scheme thing that makes people think they're gonna get a lot of money. First of all, let's be real. Bitcoin is worth $64,000 as of recording this video. $64,000. Everybody can't fucking afford $64,000 to invest in Bitcoin. Therefore, Bitcoin is a commodity. Everybody can't for gold at its peak. You can buy fractions, just like you can Bitcoin, but will it really make you the generational wealth if it's already up there? Just like gold. People, the gold rush is past. Gold has gained its value. Ain't nobody getting rich off fucking gold. Not right now. Gold would literally have to go to zero. And it had to start all the way over for people to see the vast amount of wealth it made people back in the first gold rush. Come on now. So no, I'm not sitting here telling you that crypto is the answer. Crypto is early, crypto is new. I am saying get into it early. Be an early investor in some of these projects, but also watch your back. Watch out for the scam calls. Watch out for the scam text DMs and things of that nature. That's what's gonna ultimately get you, you ain't gonna be holding the bag because somebody stole it. Now, I didn't mean to sit up here and ramble for however long. I actually my camera had to switch over to another storage of memory because I've been talking so long, but I just wanted to get that out. I wanted to get that out because I wanted to help people understand what the hell was going on. I'm gonna probably make a part 2 to this because looks like my battery's about to die as well. But I just wanted to make that to get people to understand that, okay, look, this is what it is. This is what it is. This is how it happens. Everybody's not going to be successful. Everybody's not going to be wealthy. Quit listening to every influencer that tells you that because it's bullshit. I'm here to tell you it's bullshit. I'm never going to tell you that cryptocurrency is your path to financial freedom. It could be, but it's not guaranteed to be. You just have to be one of the early investors like people were with Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, Apple, whatever the case may be. Man, if you like the video, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button. Let me know down in the comment section about what you felt about what I said. Do you agree with what I've said in this video? Do you understand the concept of what I'm trying to present? And y'all already know, man, I love each and every one of you. And also, again, I always gotta say thank you to my current subscribers. You guys are the best. We are gonna reach 1,000 subscribers here before the end of the year, and I can't wait to do it. But that's all I got for this video, man. I'm done rambling. I hope y'all love the video. Crypto is gonna always be something that I like and I will back, but I will also tell the truth about it. Tell the real, raw, the uncut, the ugly, the good, bad, the ugly, like I covered in this video. Y'all already know, man. One thing's for certain. Two things for sure. You gon' make a return all day, potentially, with Altcoin Trade.